day. From Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. Falcons taking on Jimmy Garoppolo and the Washington football team.
On a gorgeous southern afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Atlanta, Georgia, and inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington football team and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they interplay. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week,
set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Now it's Duke Johnson here on the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback standing at 6'2" from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Not the start they envisioned. Looks like a 3-and-out. And for a team that hasn't won a game in a while, that's tough.
And what we have to look out for and keep an eye on is the same thing that their coaches are doing. Wanting to see if guys are going to get discouraged early and sag because of what's happened in the recent losing streak. Can they stay with it despite a tough first drive?
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They are led by their quarterback from the University of Hawaii, a former 7th-round pick. It's Cole McDonald.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
2nd and 2.
Those are the numbers from Rudolph from last week's game. 5 catches, 55 yards.
You think the head coach and the offensive coordinator are able to pull the earplugs out now because all week, all they heard was, Coach, they can't guard the pass at all. I mean, they're next to last in the league. Let's throw it on every down.
Yeah, last week we saw the numbers. This week going against 2nd to last in the pass defense area. Good for him.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the gun, it's McDonald. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there, and I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down, even though he caught the ball.
Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
But many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Out of the gun, McDonald. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
McDonald's pass intended for Calvin Ridley.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
The Falcons send out their punter. Back deep to return is Duke Johnson. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 83 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, McDonald. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Operating from the gun, McDonald. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Washington ready to try again on offense. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin.
Garoppolo.
Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. That one is slant to McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Here we go.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. He's going to air one out, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Man, that ain't make no sense.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just...
And now Garoppolo lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Following the fumble recovery, McDonald stepping up. He'll try and run. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
He was taken down by Reuben Foster. A gain of 2. Brings up second and
from the gun, it's Taylor. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, McDonald. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
First and 10, Taylor now. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
The tackle by Will Parks. A gain of a yard.
We're scoreless after 1.
At the 40-yard line.
Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Some of these play calls, I think they're...
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Jimmy Garoppolo sacked. A fumble on the play.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Johnson on the return. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44.
At their own 20.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. On play action, it's Garoppolo. And he'll complete this to Gibson.
Garoppolo's pass. Complete.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
Brandon, how about that reaction there from a defensive end? Able to recognize the screen pass trying to happen, broke off his pass rush, and then get back to tackle the running back. That's a very athletic and intelligent play. Reminds me of you working out and seeing that the treadmill's open and getting there before anyone else.
See, I know you're just patronizing me right now. Everybody knows at home that that is nothing but a shot at me, and I'll take it, absorb it, and we'll move on.
The Falcons take over.
Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. If you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Hines. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. And Tate's got it. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Play action. It's McDonald. He's going to let one fly for Tate. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. Intercepted. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Here we go. 180. Let's go, 26.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
10 at the 22-yard line.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Open man is Jacob Hollister. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Washington on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Oh, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now 1st down.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. 49.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, McDonald over the middle, complete to Tate. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need some.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chase Young. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
But, Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays in the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean, they can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun. McDonald out to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency.
A gain of a yard makes it 3rd and 11.
To throw on 3rd down. McDonald. This one caught by Ridley. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
4th down.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. To throw is Garoppolo. That one caught by Gibson. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down.
Complete.
The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And that'll be complete to the running back, Gibson. And with just 4 seconds left in this 1st half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll start our tour right here in Florida. The New York Giants flying south to take on Tampa Bay. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front. Tom Brady has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, to call it a defensive battle would be an understatement. 0-0 is our score. We'll be looking for something in that second half as we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Falcons take over first and...
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
Partner, it's often the man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, McDonald. They'll roll him out right. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
1 yard gain brings up second and 9.
Throwing is McDonald. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
A 1 yard pickup brings up third and 8.
Operating from the gun, McDonald. He may try and run for this. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He really looked comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. McDonald. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Rudolph. It's a gain of 7.
Looking to throw on second down. McDonald. A very quick pass to Ridley. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0.
Washington, nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
First possession of the second half now for Washington. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point, but it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, they just can't get off the ground. And that play, they wound up losing yardage.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Got a man, it's Gibson, complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Tressway now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now. You remember last week they defeated the Carolina Panthers here. Good momentum. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Hines. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
They run with Hines, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
The ball carrier.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
To throw on 2nd down. McDonald, and Rudolph has it left side. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 40.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now it's Hines. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McDonald flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Jonathan Allen on the tackle. That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun on 3rd down. McDonald. It's brought in left side by Tate. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down now. It's Taylor. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
From the gun, it's McDonald. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
They'll try to run with Hines. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. So it'll be 2nd and goal when we return. We've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, McDonald. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Auden Tate, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Johnson now returning. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. That's caught by Hollister. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
And a Washington 1st down.
Garoppolo. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Garoppolo's pass complete to number 1.
In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Garoppolo again. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson.
Garoppolo.
It'll be a gain of 6, And it'll be second down.
Gibson. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Falcons' 38-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down, Washington.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he's got his man on the out route.
Garoppolo.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Hollister. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
Coverage by Keanu Neal.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Garoppolo's pass.
This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. Means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they even change game planning a little bit in order to make things better for them.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Here's McDonald off of the play fake. He's going to let one fly. It's caught inside the 25. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Hines. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game. One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
On 4th down, McDonald. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. On tape, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons will extend their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And it is now 21-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off.
41, Washington, nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here comes Johnson on the return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On first down, Garoppolo. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Garoppolo. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now 1st and goal.
26 mark. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington able to close the gap just a bit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
And they'll indeed take a knee. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they will take a knee here.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for Atlanta, they